What's going on, YouTube? We are working on 2010 Nissan Maxima. Cylinder number 3 has a misfire. Other than that, it runs pretty decent. Has about 200,000 miles on it. But of course, cylinder 3 is not up front, right? You got 3 up here. The other 3 is behind the intake there. So, gonna take this off, get started here, get right to it. So these are for your air box, filter and all that, up to your throttle body, 10 millimeter. Get these loosen up. Go ahead and disassemble all your air box stuff. And these over here, sometimes you can use a 10. I think that's an 8 actually. So you just unclip those. I'm gonna grab my gloves. I got one hand with gloves, one hand with no gloves. One thing about me now, as I've gotten a little bit older, I always put on gloves, try to, because I ain't got a lot of scars from cars over the years. Oil in cars and scars. That's what I call it. But anyway, I'm gonna get this paused and I'm gonna get my other glove and get this taken off. All right, so you grab your needle nose, and just get that wire loom out of there, and then your 8 mils. While you got it, go ahead and, well, can't get that one. It's turned to the back side. That's one thing I do hate, when people put the stuff back. Put it in a way that is easy for you to do it again, or somebody else. You got that point right towards the firewall. They could have slid it down some and pointed straight up, easy to get to. So that's what I will end up doing when I'm done. Yeah, moving that type of stuff in a better position, just like that one. It's up, easy to get to this time around. But anyway, this little tool is nice to have. Get it from Harbor Freight or order this one on Amazon. So whoever works on next, they have an easier angle. That way, if they only have screwdrivers, you know, you can't get back here and get a good angle. So I'm gonna leave that for the next person to be easier to access that. So those are both 8s. Grab your set of pliers or needle nose, open that up so you can get all that out the way. Set this down and try to move this out the way now. I need to give me a tripod. Like I said on the other videos, I'm not professional YouTuber and all that stuff. I'm just tinkering around doing this. So that. Get on out. All right, so now we got the throttle body, all that stuff open. I've never done this on this car before, so I'm just gonna take it step by step, taking off things that look like will hold this intake on. As soon as I get that intake off, probably a little bit of this fuel rail, then it's just on the back side. So I believe I can probably leave the throttle body on there. I might be wrong, I don't know. I'm gonna unplug this stuff in the wires so it can be loose, and then see if I can just leave it bolted up. So little hoses like this. Take that off. Another one back there. Those 2. Another line holder. Trying to do this stuff with one hand and hold it. Got a plug for the throttle body back there. That's loose. Those lines are tough. They've never been moved, so. Sometimes if you wiggle the rubber, it'll go ahead and come loose. I'm gonna have to put this camera down, pause it. So I'm gonna try to get these couple hoses loose, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I got those lines pulled down. I grabbed my other gloves just in case it was fuel gonna squirt out, but it only was a couple drips maybe. So moving on, I'm gonna go and unclip these. Some of this stuff is so brittle, been sitting here so long. Now's a good time right to blow all this dust off so nothing fall inside your intake. I think I'm gonna grab my compressor, my blow tool, and clean this off some before I move forward. All right, got that all blown. That was a lot of dust in there. A lot of people don't even touch their under the hood or blow it out. I just like to do that even with my own personal vehicles. Make you feel better and just clean up in there and less trash can float around getting the stuff. I should have did it before I unbolted that really, but I was careful. So this had some leaves and dirt. I just blew it out until they want to replace that. Okay, so got that unplugged. These, I think that whole thing will come off with the intake, but it's tied up. So I probably will unbolt this rail, just like a vacuum rail. Yeah, because when I take the intake off, it'll still be strapped up. So let me see here. Yeah, I'm gonna get some of this stuff unbolted and come back to you. Okay, so I only did a few things. I'm trying to keep everything that's going to be bolted to the intake all together. So I unhooked this hose here because it's no, that's the wrong one. Yeah, this hose. I let that so it can hang down because this is all bolted to this bracket here, which is all on the intake. So I'm trying to see if I can keep all that together without taking apart everything. I'm gonna keep this rail on here because like the rail is bolted to the intake also on the plastic side. So yeah, I pulled that off. Let's see here. Now I'm over here. Take that clip off. Then I'm going to just remove that bolt and see if I can just come off with the intake also. Yeah, that's all with that intake right there. So I think all this is also. So now I think I'm ready to take this intake off. I hope everything. I took this hose, the small hose too, down here. That's up under on that one. A lot of these hoses are corroded, got holes in them, dry rotting. So anyway, I'm gonna take apart. These are 10mm bolts here on your intake. Look like there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe. So I'm gonna get these taken off and then see if this thing will come loose. Okay, got those off. It looked like there's a couple hoses in the back. See back there, those two right there, that's gonna need to come off. So you have to go about the back side of that, get your needle nose or pliers, get back there for that one and this black one here. So I'm gonna see if I can get those. Okay, that top one wasn't too bad. I was able to get that from this side, the needle nose. That back one, of course, like I said before, they had it turned down to the very back side facing the firewall to grab it with the needle nose or your pliers to loosen that. So the back one right here, that was the hardest. and then it was stuck to the plastic, of course. Haven't been moved in so long, so they want to come off. So anyway, they're off now. This is a good, you know, body clip tool to use, especially like on areas like this. When I took this off, just get up on here and pry it, and it won't break most of the clips. So that's a good tool to have. So I'm all loose now. I'm gonna see if I can take this off. Hopefully no other wires or hoses are in the way. That's it. Like something on the back is hanging up. Like there's a bracket back there. That's probably a 10. I'm gonna see if I can show y'all this bracket. It's kind of hard to see. That bracket right there that you see bent elbow going down. Let's see if I can put my finger on it. Like it's this right here. So there's a 10 millimeter back there. Got to get back and get that. So that was a brutal boat to get to. I mean, it was not that bad. As long as you got one of these, you'll be all right. You can do it with a ratchet too, but it's just enough room to get that back there. That's a lifesaver. You just hit the button and, you know, untighten it. So I would recommend definitely getting an electric ratchet. That helps out in these small areas. I think hopefully that's the last bracket. See if this come out. There we have it. So you can see the back of this bracket. That's the one I was talking about, that one right there. All right, so I got the intake. Now we can access the 3 back coils. So we're gonna do all 6 of them. Number 3 is actually in the middle. It'll be that one right there. But we're gonna replace all of them. So good to clean off your intake. Give it a little wipe. And then cover it too, so no bolts or nothing like that will fall in there while you're working. That would be a disaster. So, a couple of these, a couple shop rags to cover those holes. And then those are 10 mils, 3 in the front, 3 in the back. Got my set right here, ready to go. Through Amazon. And just watch, you know, what reviews the sellers got, because, you know, some coils and some parts on Amazon no good, but you'll see the reviews. Definitely they'll tell you if it's bad or not. So these had almost 5 stars. So get these taken out. All right, get these taken out. Said 10. And then I'm gonna do all 6. So I'm gonna pause right quick. My video time is shortened for some reason. So we'll get these taken out and swap the coils over. Oh yeah, and spark plugs too. Now, y'all ain't gonna believe what I forgot. I got my coils, didn't get my spark plugs. But now that was that first one I took out. Let's see here. See if I can get it clearer. Ooh, yeah, there we go. Corroded. And that was just the first one. That's not even the number 3 that was misfiring. So anyway, it was past due for a tune-up. Nobody has done it evidently on this car. So anyway, gonna take care of that with some of the NGKs. Oh yeah. So it definitely should be running way better once I get done with this. So I'm gonna swap these out. Take each one of those out, and then we'll start the process over. Quick side note. that socket for your spark plugs is a 9/16. It's real thin when it goes down there. So 9/16 is that socket size. So kind of frustrated at this point because I cannot move forward and get everything put back together. Now why? Remember I was just saying earlier about Amazon. Now usually everything go good. This is not the right coil. You see the difference, that square, and it's not even as long. It won't even fit down to reach the spark plug. So when you fit it up, it won't even fit on the, it will go down in the hole, but you see how it's set, wrong way. So gotta return those. Now I gotta wait probably 2 more days to get the right item. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of the spark plugs back in there, swap them out, and this is gonna be sitting here. Gotta move on to the next project. That's how it goes sometimes. Had I checked it when I first got the box about 2 days ago, I could have the new ones already. But think everything is good. When you're rushing and you got other stuff going on, you don't think to check everything. You hope that your product is right, but it happens. So that's life. So anyway, when the next ones come in, I'll continue the video and I'll show you the rest of the spark plugs and get this thing done so I can get it out the way. So stay tuned. All right, guys, here's all 6 of those plugs. 2 of them had oil on it, 2 on the back. Number 3 surprisingly did not have oil. I think it was this one right here. That was number 3. And the one before that, this one here, it was soaked in oil. When I pulled the coil out, it was dripping with oil. Same thing with the spark plug. And then the spark plug inside where it sparks surprisingly didn't have oil, just the top part. So I'm soaking it all up. So I got them all in there, the new ones in there except for that one. Then I'm gonna make sure that one's cleaned up, and then when the new coils come, I'll put those all in there and then button this thing back up. So stay tuned and I'll update you as soon as those new coils, they said Friday, look like delivery, so just like I expected. But all right, we'll be continued when we get back. So have a good rest of the day, and just G-Body, we out. Of course, while we at it, y'all, I'm gonna change those out, because more than likely I've seen at least two of them that had a lot of oil. Look like they might have been seeping through on those 2 spark plugs I was telling y'all about. So yeah, they definitely need to be changed. So I got the new gaskets right there. So I'll be swapping those out too, and that way ready to go. All right, y'all, new gaskets in there, ready to go. Definitely need to be changed. You see that oil is getting past some of those spots. Just a note, make sure you put it where these will face. There's little tabs that'll fit into. So if you got it on the wrong side, you'll see it won't go down. So there's 2 tabs for that. Just make sure they lined up, press them in, you're good to go. All right, guys, so we back at it. Well, I'm back at it. Finally got the right ones in. Amazon, as y'all knew, messed up the first order, sent the wrong ones. I went back so they can replace them, and you know what? They sent the wrong ones again. So I just deleted, sent them back. That whole order went to another seller, and they got it right. So that delayed me. That was Wednesday. So this is Monday on the next week. So anyway, back at it, about to take all these out. I just had them sitting there, and then about to put back the intake and everything else on. So here we go. All right, so remember those were the 10 mils. So I got all those swapped out. Now to get the intake, set that back in spot. All right, we got our intake. I set it on there already. You know, you just got these two studs that's sticking out here, one on this side and one on this side. That'll help guide you to set it down. You see the gasket there, so you don't want to be moving around too much. Just set it right. You know, slide in with this side into up under there. Go up under like that, and then just set it on down. So we'll get the rest of these hoses all buttoned up. And those right there, remember those two in the back there. And then put all your clips in, everything like that. So I'm gonna get this all set up and put it back together. Then we'll start bolting the intake down. Actually, we'll probably bolt the intake down first. That's probably what I'll do first, and then start doing the hoses. All right, so we got most of this buttoned up. Get the map sensor plugged up. Throttle body plugged back up. All those hoses there. This hose there. And you might get confused just looking at that, but when you look at the hose size, it's self-explanatory once you put them on where they're supposed to be at. And I gotta clamp that back, slide it up. And all these plug back in, and that's pretty much it. So that hose clip goes right there. So all that's left is the last part of intake, and then we'll start this up, see what it do. All right, so everything's buttoned up, it's running. It's been running about 20 minutes now. I cleared the code before I started up. So still no check engine light. It's good to go. So I'm gonna take it for a little test drive, and it's gonna be ready. So this is another one from G-Body Auto. Save some money, do it yourself, you know, and just take about a couple hours if you got everything ready, and that'll be it. So like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. G-Body Auto, we are out.